So greetings friends, and welcome to another very special episode of Gluten-Free Alchemy. So tonight I will be dazzling you not only with a vegetarian option for when we're barbecuing outside, but I also have for your pescatarian buddy, we can grill some fish as well. So we're going to do grilled tilapia, yam, and pepper in a blackening spice. So the nice thing about a blackening spice too is everything that I'm using today you'll probably already have with you in your cupboard, so you can make this along with me if you like, because that's always fun. So I will start with some fresh ground pepper, and you may have noticed actually I do have my measuring spoons here. Still not 100% sure if I will actually use them or not, but they're a nice prop, I feel like. I feel like for a cooking show you should at least have measuring spoons. I do own them. So, you're welcome. I own them. And after that, I'm just going to add just a pinch of cayenne. Now you can add more if you want it to be really spicy, especially because blackening spice is traditionally a little bit hot, so keep that in mind when you're making your spice. But also the pepper kind of adds to the heat factor, so you don't want to overdo it. Be careful. Especially for your first time, just like a few pinches of it just to give it a little bit of a kick and add to the flavor rather than holy crap, my mouth is on fire kind of thing. From here, garlic powder. And this is for 2 fillets. So I'm thinking, and all of this stuff here, so I'm adding just under a teaspoon probably to coat all of these wonderful things. And it is looking a little shy on the cayenne. I lied a little. We're gonna add a little bit more. From here, just a little bit of sea salt. The thing you want to be careful with the salt too is when you look at a lot of recipes online, it'll say like to add as much salt as the other spices, but then it ends up like super salty, like where you almost just need to like have a glacier beside you to try and relieve your thirst. So go a little bit light on the salt. You can also, if you're going to marinate the fish, you can also do soy sauce or something like that, or tamari sauce. If you want the salt without the sea salt factor, there's quite a few options for you. So now I'm adding in some fresh thyme. Actually, sorry, no, it's dried thyme. I have fresh oregano though, from my garden. Good. So again, you want about a teaspoon of everything except for the smoked paprika that we're gonna go hard on. I'm gonna love the smoked paprika with this blackening spice here. I'm gonna tear up some fresh oregano. And it's so nice, like, it's only, May the 4th be with you right now, but here in sunny Canada, as soon as the sun's out, it feels like summer. I'm not even wearing tights today. I'm like, you know what? It may as well be 30 degrees because I'm loving it. I absolutely love when the sun finally comes out. People have probably been dealing with plus 20 in other parts of the world for months, and I was like, yeah, this is happening here. This is actually like finally happening for us. Even in other parts of Canada. Awful. But everything's starting to turn green, and it just seems pretty perfect to have a barbecue episode. Plus, my apartment gets like ridiculously hot if we can't leave the door open, which we can't for filming, so that's why we're heading outside. That's my prerogative, basically. I need to be more comfortable. And I don't know if you can hear it actually. Hopefully you hear screaming and shouting at some point, but the neighbors are having kind of a bumpin' shindig upstairs that we didn't get invited to, probably because we're, you know, way better, but that aside, we're gonna have a great time together, and our dinner is gonna be way more delicious than their, I don't know, what are they even doing up there? Sounds like shouting and pillow fights, which, I mean, pillow fights are great, but like, it's not the same unless I'm invited, right? Okay, and this is smoked paprika, by the way. So you want almost a tablespoon of this guy, and I'm just gonna go till I'm right out. Again, foiled. There we go. Half a teaspoon only for you. You can add up to a teaspoon though if you really dig onion, but I don't, so. Perfect. And I'm also going to add chili powder because I'm smelling it right now and I'm like, no. With the smoked paprika, and this can happen sometimes too, especially if you're looking in your cupboard, you can be like, okay, no, this isn't a meat blackening spice recipe, but I actually still have this in my cupboard, so I'm gonna add it. So I'm actually gonna grab chili powder. Oh hey, time's elapsed. What you missed was that I took the tilapia fillets out of their package. So hopefully you can figure that out. And I did add chili powder as well to the seasoning mixture. So you want to put about a tablespoon on each fillet. I'm not gonna measure it out because you know me, but again, I know some people are a lot more, I don't know, precise than me, maybe. So if you're looking for exact measurements, especially if you've never made it before, you want to make sure the fillet is completely covered. Oh, that smells great. I'm a genius, look at that. Right up there with Kanye West on this one. Great. So yeah, you're just kind of rubbing it in. And I do like to do the fish fillets first, just because they kind of marinate and do their thing. And then I'll be chopping the vegetables and such while they kind of sit and take in the spices properly. Allow your fish to breathe. I don't think that's the correct term, but you're letting it marinate. Let it sit a little bit. And you also, rather than refrigerating it while it's marinating, especially if you're just, 15, 20 minutes before you cook, just leave it at room temperature. It actually cooks a lot nicer than bringing it from cold right to hot. Just because you don't want it to burn or cook unevenly. So if it's all at room temperature, it'll all cook in the same fashion, and that's really important. Especially if you're trying to dazzle guests. So I'm just gonna wash my creature fingers here. Oh hey, I have a yam. So the fillets are doing their thing. And for the vegetarians in your life, such as myself, so if you want to make me dinner, this is kind of what you can do on the barbecue. Because a lot of people too, even vegetarians themselves are like, oh rats, summer's here, I can't barbecue anymore. Yeah, you can. I'm gonna show you how. It's awesome. This is also like, if you're just looking for naturally gluten-free sides, especially if you're newly diagnosed and you don't want to wade through all those recipes, this is really simple, it's really delicious, and it's natural, which is nice too. So, you're just gonna want, I don't know, 1/2-inch slices here. I feel like I need a better knife for this, but I feel like I'm just gonna persevere for you. But this knife is really terrible, just in case you're curious. I always pick the worst weapons when I'm filming. Like any other time, it's all good, but today... Man, they're having a real blast up there. I don't know if you can hear that, but... Man, this is another recipe where I feel like I'm really working my biceps here. Awesome. Okay. Now I feel like I have the energy to power through the rest of this yam. Okay, almost there. I just keep on telling myself, I feel like there's only 3 more slices here. I can make it. I can do it. Uh-oh. Also, make sure you don't cut your fingers. That's very important because I almost did that. Sorry, Mom. I can tell you right now, if my mom's watching this, she's cringing at the fact that she thinks that I'm going to chop my hands off. Sorry. Now we're going to be filing all of our yams into just like a Ziploc bag or whatever. Even if you just want to throw them in a bowl and toss them with olive oil, if you're like, don't waste plastic, man, it's bad. Sorry. Today I'm going to, just because it's easier to shake it all up. So I'm just going to add, probably just a small amount of olive oil, so like 1 to 2 teaspoons. You can add up to a tablespoon if you really want to. And I'm just going to add in some of the cooking spice here. Maybe even a little more. Good. And then it's awesome. It's like shake and bake, but for yams. And I'm just like, so easy. So easy. Mix all these spices up. Man, your guests aren't going to know what hit them. Good. Now for the bell peppers. So I just pre-washed 2 decently sized red guys here. Because again, here on the show, we're very hungry, so. Oh man, okay, this pepper doesn't have a core. How weird is that? Talk about genetically modified foods, man. There's something very wrong here. How does that happen? Okay, I'm gonna move on, but wow. And actually, rather than thin strips, try and keep them in thicker ones just because we're placing them directly on the grill. You don't want them to shrivel and die and fall through the cracks. It's really sad, you can almost hear all the little voices die out as you, I don't know. Watch them fall, cling to their existence. Okay, so I'm actually just going to demonstrate one of the peppers because I'm going to need a bigger bag. Look at this. It's already pretty much full. So, again, shake and bake style. You're just taking that remainder of the spice, adding in a little bit of olive oil, just to make it work it goes well, and shake it up. You can have a lot of fun with this. You can practice juggling with your various bags. Oh, totally do that. And let me know how it goes too. Yeah, it's a two-person job, actually. Okay. Oh, nicely done. I didn't expect you to rifle that back at me so quickly. Alright. Oh hey, so this is my barbecue. Isn't it majestic? It's far larger than I probably need, but that's besides the point. So what I did actually as well is I ended up coating the tilapia fillets in some extra virgin olive oil just so they don't stick. So I'm just going to place them on the grill here and let them sizzle away. So at the same time, I'm just going to pop the yams on here. And when we go to flip everything, that's when we'll be adding the peppers on here. For the tilapia fillets too, you want to make sure that you're cooking them evenly for 5 minutes on each side. So just make sure you either have a timer or a great memory, whatever works for you. Yams are about the same. You can flip them probably every 3 minutes if you like, especially if you want those nice grill marks on them. Let's allow the magic to take hold here. And just in case you're curious too, we have it at medium-high heat. So my barbecue's at 400 degrees right now. Hopefully throughout the cooking process, since I just lowered the heat, it'll be between 350 and 400. Alright, we must be careful, gang. The tilapias are super delicate. So you want to be really careful when you're flipping these guys. Ooh, I'm awesome. So at the same time here, just going to be placing the peppers directly on the grill. I'm just going to quickly rinse off these tongs and then we'll flip the yams as well. So time's elapsed and we're ready to harvest the tilapia out of our plate. Oh, so careful you must be. I'm also just going to take this grand opportunity to flip my peppers. Whew, I almost lost one there. My life's so exciting. Okay, so we've harvested everything from the grill here. So we have the kind of pescatarian option where I've just served it with a side of quinoa, tilapia, the roasted yams, and peppers. And then for our vegetarian friends, we have just a mixed green salad with quinoa, the roasted yams, and peppers as well. So here you are, and enjoy your first intro to barbecuing. Hopefully we can have more to come, but we'll appreciate your feedback if you enjoy this and like to see what else we have on the go grill-wise. Until next time,